welcome to another episode of the Spoonful of Polyamory podcast. I'm so used to doing my other podcast with my brother, but yes, welcome to another episode, Spoonful of Polyamory podcast. It's Goro. I actually have a guest with me today. Not really, but it's actually one of my partners here. And Maddie, please give yourself an opportunity to introduce yourself to the audience.
Yeah. Hi. My name is Maddie. I'm gonna be 25 here in February, and I've been polyamorous the whole time. I think I never dated before being polyamorous, so I just kind of have always been. And I guess I kind of started out with you almost, in a sense, outside of my ex. But you were one of my first connections I made in my polyamorous journey, actually. I think you were one of the first people, actually, outside of my relationship I had with my partner.
Yeah, actually.
That became my first, polyamorous connection, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. Actually.
It's interesting, too, because when you think back to it, we met 3 years ago. And
yeah, about 3 years ago now.
Yeah, about 3 years ago. And when we first met, it was definitely on a higher physical energy. And then later
was more physical, and not as yes, we were still cool.
Yeah.
We still hung out. We were chill, but definitely more of a physicality sense. But eventually, that for me, especially, I don't know.
You kind of put your foot down that you was like, hey, I kind of wanted a little something more.
Yeah, you're charming.
Just
so.
that. So.
It's the smile. I don't know.
The smile is crazy. I am not all that. So
okay, whatever.
But yes, we had the chance to be around each other and everything, and just kind of for my sake, I've heard about your journey into the lifestyle and being somewhat polyamorous. So how did you know at some point that it was always just you and just always what you were?
I guess it's because I know nothing different. Growing up, I was in a religious household and things like that, and growing up in Christianity and things, which I still am and things, but I just think that in my journey, I realized that I just love, and I love community, and I love being around people who also want a sense of community and who just want to just share in that with one another. And I thought that was beautiful, and then finding out that was possible, I didn't think I was allowed to be polyamorous. I didn't even know I think I just didn't even know it was a thing.
Yeah.
I think. I just didn't even realize that polyamory was an option.
Yeah.
So, until I even found out that was a thing, and then I realized, well, shit, I could do this. I could live that life that I'd thought about, but I guess never really truly put my thought into, because taboo, I guess.
That is definitely one of the bigger things that I know I've experienced in my time in this life, is that I'll explain what me and Asani do, and Asani is very much open to their parents, open to their people, but
I am as well.
But it's the other aspects of our relationship of oh, so your partner can be physical, other people will have these other relationships, don't you get jealous, all that kind of stuff. So that's the typical normal thing that we all experience. It's just the fact that knowing that it's now more normalized, and you don't have to feel that, I won't say shame, but worry some of what people may think of you.
Yeah, most definitely. I would say that over the course of the last, actually 3 years, I would say, things have been progressively moving in that way, which I don't think is a negative thing. Not in a sense of like people just loving one another and everyone's just, everyone's being physical with everyone. No, that's not what I'm meaning. What I'm meaning is just relying like on one another. Like that sense of community and just you don't have to do it alone. You were not meant to. And I think that that's silly. Like, yes, I have my own job, I have my own hobbies, my own interests. I go out and I do my own things. I love hiking and I love going outdoors, especially. The sun is my best friend.
You and some goddamn hiking.
I love outside.
You love that shit a little bit too much.
I love outdoors.
Shit crazy.
I will literally take my phone just to identify plants randomly while I am walking, just because I think it's fun. Will I forget the knowledge that I learned? Probably, but if I do it enough, I'll probably figure it out at some point, and then I can start identifying plants.
You know what's funny? It's almost like Maddie fun facts.
Kind of. Okay, yeah.
It's like Maddie fun facts of like, yes, I'm always going to be checking on the plant. I'm always going to see what that looks like. I'm always going to see this. And these are just like fun things to like, yeah, that's just me. What do you expect?
Well, it's also just like life. Like you need to take a moment to like look at the small things like that, because some of them are big. I stopped on a hike one time and a leaf was like the size of my head. And I was just like, how did it even get this big? Like, that's insane. I don't know. I just think that the world's crazy. Okay, regardless, ultimately, what I'm trying to say is that
I think it's adorable. I just want to let you know that. I just think it's adorable that you, as someone who somewhat identifies as a monk, you very much enjoy the world as it is. The small little details, the plants, if it looks a certain way, if it's a different color, you embrace those things.
To the water. Like I like listening to water flow.
Mm-hmm.
I like going outside and like sitting and just watching like a lake. I could sit there for hours and just stare at water, and I will see something new every 10 minutes. That's just
crazy.
Exciting. Like that's just something.
That's like
new.
ADHD overload.
I don't know. It's just Earth is beautiful. So regardless, though, is just that I just feel like we've lost that sense of community and society and like. And yes, we have like individuality, but I feel like we don't because we're so soaked up in our own worlds. And yeah, I don't know. I just think that I've always just loved being around people. Call it needy, but I don't know.
I wouldn't call it needy, but I definitely do understand where you're coming from, where I do have my need to be around my people. Yeah. That's totally a thing. To the point where I enjoy just being around y'all in general. And this is where we've gotten to the point where we've, us collectively as our partners, me, Asani, Shy, Jinx as well, and then you, all of us saying, hey, we like each other so much that we kind of want to be able to live together. And that at first is like, man, it's a very intimidating thing.
Yeah.
Because you're worried of like, hey, am I going to become a nuisance? Is my living style going to become a nuisance? And I know that's a big thing for me because I'm very straightforward. But before we kind of dive into that,
I think I should probably even talk about how many, like who I'm dating and
yeah. So talk about that. So tell me what your I want to say family tree, but your polyamory tree is.
Oh my goodness. So I'm dating Goro. Mm-hmm. And I am also dating my boyfriend Norman. Which do you want me to talk about?
I mean, that's really up to you if you want to talk about all that aspect.
Nah, it's fine.
Because I mean, it's not necessarily a need thing. I will talk about it. I have no shame in talking about it. Dynamics and stuff. Me and Asani, we hint to it. We don't fully say it because, actually one of the episodes we just didn't fuck. We just, hey, this is it. This is the dynamic. This is that. And we never got the chance to air it because something happened. So we have episodes we've done, guys, but like something happened to like either the audio or the film and it was just like, fuck it. But like we've had moments that we actually explained it because Asani was very worried at one point that my mom might watch this. Cause parents, they get really like curious of relationship. I mean, shit, my fucking brother, our grandma thought me and Asani were swingers. They were like, oh, I thought this was their podcast and I'm just inviting people to swing. And I was like, What?
No.
No, that's not it.
This is not an invitation to date or swing.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I will just start with this then. So I am currently dating 5 individuals, and I have been for quite some time. These have been 3 of them especially have been for about 3 years now, which has been near the length of my polyamorous journey in general, which I started when I was about, I think, 21. Yeah, so it's been about 3 years now. So it'll be 4 soon, but 3 years for like dating and or being with these individuals or knowing them and being in their circle. I have my nesting partner, I would like to consider them. They are my partner, Jinx. So I have them. I've lived with them my whole time. They're usually the person that I live with, and I reside with at my house. Outside of that, I have my girlfriend, Ember. And Jinx and Ember get along pretty well. They call each other Pookie all the time, which I love. And it's kind of funny because, like, I'll just go to work and I just get a text and they're just like hanging out. Yeah. Well, I just love that, like, I can go to work and when my partner's working from home, I can rely on the fact that my other partner can also be there and they can hang out with each other and keep each other company. And even when I'm working late, and then when I come home, I get the nice surprise of seeing 2 of my partners, and it's really nice just to hang out. We'll watch a movie, have dinner together, maybe do like a craft activity or some sort, and it's nice.
You know, it's interesting you say that because it's really daunting at first with something like that. Like you worry that will your 2 partners be decent metas? And I know with me and Matt, Asani was very worrisome about, hey, how is this going to work? Because they had a previous relationship where, you know, their ex-fiance was very, I won't say grab-assy, but like, you know, 2 metas not getting along. And I've had my personal experience, which I shit on my mom about, and not in a bad way, guys. Like, I shit on her about this, where she had 2 guys. And one was the sugar daddy and one was the actual boyfriend. Okay. And the sugar daddy was like, no, I actually want you to live your life, because he was married. So I want you to live your life. I want you to do your thing. Okay. But here's the issue. He didn't like the fact that she found another guy. He said it, but he didn't like it. So then all of a sudden now they both know each other. And I'm like, Mom, that's polyamory. I don't know. You can sugarcoat it every way you want it to. That's polyamory. They know about each other. They're metas. They're accepting it. And like, do they have a healthy relationship? No, not every meta is going to be okay with the other meta. You want that.
Yeah. Which is hard. That's a very difficult conversation to have, especially when you don't like a meta.
Yeah.
And so that's something that you have to just individuality. You have to let your partner explore and be themselves though as well. You cannot be. Why would I stop somebody from an experience, and a learning experience even at that? Let me say that it's a bad one and they learn from it. Never would I let my partner go into something knowing that it would be a scary experience, like something that I'd be fearful for them. But if it's something that I'm like, I don't really think this person's that great, but like, you know, if you are happy and this person is not treating you poorly, you know, but I don't really like, you know, maybe this individual. Yeah. I'm not gonna like say that no to them. You know what I mean? That's like
a current relationship you have with somebody. Yes. I'm not gonna specify, but like
it is.
There is literally like, hey, me and that person may have had a falling off, but just because we had a falling off doesn't mean you guys can't still have a relationship.
Yeah, absolutely.
So you guys still have a relationship. Am I the, you know, I want to say, am I the happiest or whatever? I mean, I'm happy for you. But do I need to be involved with that person? No.
No, not at all. And so, yeah. And I think that's the same to say that, like, at the end of the day, we also understand each other, and like we also communicate about, I don't even know how to even say this. I don't even know.
What are you talking about specifically? Like, are you talking about like the dynamic thing again?
Yeah, like, well,
So you could say relationships, how the relationships are differ. Again, you could be yourself. You don't, whatever you are okay and comfortable talking about, it's up to you.
Okay.
But you don't have to. I mean, I could say personally, yes, the relationship, like say you and Norm have, are going to be a little bit different than me and you have. We have very much a sensei and a student kind of dynamic.
Yeah.
And, you and Norm is like, I think I would say it's more romantic.
I would say so.
Yeah, more romantic.
Yeah, I would say my boyfriend Norm and I, he and I are more like, we go out fishing and like, we could do that too, but I mean, I don't know.
It's more daddy vibes. He gives daddy vibes.
Yeah, I would say so. In that sense,
he's very caring compared to me. I'm still caring.
You're still caring, but like not.
He's very like daddy. Like that's
soft.
He's
soft.
way more soft. I'm soft too, but it's just like he's more caregiving. He's more caregiver.
Yeah. And so, which I don't mind. It's cool. That's what I would say.
Yeah.
And which I love. I usually will watch movies a lot. Oh my God, we watch so many movies. Which
with him,
yes.
That's all y'all do.
It's like all we do. We watch movies. We like video game, like intro, outro, like walkthrough, playthroughs, all sorts of things.
See, that's crazy because I do that same thing with like speed runs. I love watching a fucking speed run. And there's this guy who I watch on YouTube named Summoning Salt.
Okay.
Who does like the
Not
history.
the plug for Summoning.
Hell yeah, Summoning Salt, bro. I love your content. I was surprised he did a face reveal, Toby, because when the people that don't have face reveal content and then they face reveal, you're like, oh, that's not what I thought you looked like. All right, bet. You know what I'm saying? I know who you are now. Didn't need to know for your awesome content, but I know now. So yes, I love it. He has such a calming voice that you could just play in the background, just go to sleep. But the only reason why I don't do it is because sometimes audio he does play is a person like screaming for joy because they won a game, and it's like, if you're sleeping, what was that?
Whoa,
God. So I've had one of those nights where it was like a punch out, and all of a sudden it's like, oh fuck,
Yeah, no,
but
that makes sense. Sorry if this sounds really weird. I'm like peeling my diamond painting.
No, I might be my ASMR, y'all. We had ASMR to the podcast. But excuse me. So you were saying before, the dynamics and relationships you have with me and Norm, then you have with Amber, then you have with Shy. Each relationship.
I haven't talked about Shy yet.
Oh, go for it. Yeah, talk about.
I was gonna say I also have my girlfriend Shy. That is a newer relationship that's been developing over the last, oh my gosh, month now.
They came here in October, so
I asked them out officially.
Oh, so you talking about actually relationship-wise?
Relationship-wise. But it's been developing since like over the summer. I mean, everything. We've been chatting for a bit. So, yeah, I would say so.
I do got some like cute little photos, y'all. I'm popping cute little photos here. But like stuff like that, y'all. I'm not the cute date person. Like, we're gonna go on a lake and we're gonna I'm not that. I'm not guy. I will take you out to an exotic restaurant or
Mind
something.
You, if I really, really, really wanted it and I begged and I cried and we made a deal.
That's crazy.
And we made a deal.
That's crazy. Beg and cry?
He would do it.
Beg and cry?
Most likely.
Beg and cry is crazy.
If I gave you the face, you would do it.
Hey man, y'all don't want to see that face. That face is torture, bro. You cannot say no to this person at that point. You just can't say no. It's just like, if I say no, I'm actually an axe murderer.
Please.
but
regardless, yes. So boyfriend Goro.
Yep.
My boyfriend Norman. Both of them I've been with for about 3. Well, no.
You could also say Maz too, by the way. Maz is perfectly fine.
Cool.
Maz is fine. Just Goro's like the name.
Cool. Maz and Norm I've known them for about 3 years now. I've been with Norm for about 2 years.
He actually like.
He was quick. Yeah, he was like, on it. Yeah, he was.
It took me some time.
Because you and I have been dating
since mid last year.
Yeah, like July.
Officially, yeah. No, it was
June, July.
It was definitely after KK. It's definitely after that. So.
Yeah. So it's been about half a year now.
Yeah, almost half a year.
About half a year. And so.
And it sorry, I keep interrupting. It's always interesting when you go from calling this person a thing to like, no, that's my boyfriend, no, that's my girlfriend. It's always an interesting.
I know, it's so weird because like I had wanted like a relationship with him from the beginning. That's kind of what my intent was. And that's what the intention of where our conversation became is when I started.
I'm gonna keep it a $150. I wanted that. Like, that was like, I saw it on OkCupid. I was like, oh yeah, fun, nice vibe. I need that.
I was really happy though. But then just like there was just so much happening in my sorry, I forgot I was wearing this. Forgot that was there. There was just so much happening. I was 21. Oh my gosh, 22, 23. Like, oh my goodness. Yeah. There's just so much happens in those years that I just am like, I was not ready, I don't think anyways, for a relationship in that era. Or like,
no, it was me. Well, let's be real. Okay. It was me. It was me coming off of a relationship with a person called Duck Milk. And I only say that because I'm not saying their real name, and they've moved on and have their own relationship now. But Duck Milk and I really enjoy the dynamic that Asani and Duck Milk gave me. And I was like, this is the relationship. This is where I'm set. I don't really need anything else. And then suddenly, just like out of nowhere, Duck Milk just dipped. And that really took a toll out on me.
Yeah.
On my setting a standard for my relationships. And I was like, man, Duck Milk set this specific standard. And I'm like, I'm not taking anything else but that. Or like above that. And it was really hurting me because there could have been a lot of relationships and opportunities I had, and I just didn't take them or pull the trigger because I was still like trying to find that person that met or matched that expectation. Yeah. So one day, Maddie was like, hey, stop comparing me to Duck Milk. And I was like, fuck, you're right. I probably should stop doing that. And
I was like, I'm still here. I'm doing the same thing as Duck Milk.
Yep.
And I am here, and I want to be too. That's the greatest thing right now, is that like I feel like I'm also in a place where I am also very vocal about what I want. I used to not be. Oh my gosh,
fuck yeah. When we first started,
I wouldn't say anything or talk about how I was feeling. I bottled things up. And it was very difficult for me, but now I am just very open and honest about how I'm feeling. And if I'm feeling off or if I feel a certain way, I'm going to say something.
Yeah.
And we're going to talk about it.
That's because I put that philosophy in your ass that I was like, yo, if there's an issue, if I say something wrong or whatever, if I do it in a moment, stop me right now.
Right then and there. Because like, I don't like sitting on stuff. Like, it just is an icky feeling. We're going to talk about it right then and there. And that's what I appreciate about our relationship and how we interact and how we talk with one another, I think, is that dynamic, is the fact that like if something were to happen, there's no walking away. Like, we're going to sit here and we're going to talk about it until it's resolved, until we come to an understanding of why it happened.
Fuck yes.
You know what I mean? Like, because like it's not necessarily that I'm like mad, but I'm like, why? Tell me from step by step how you came to do that action or that conclusion. And I'm not as upset. Like, let's talk about it. And then don't be upset with me about being upset, because I will take you step by step and walk you through what I was also feeling and how I saw it from my perspective and why I felt the way that I did. Because 10 out of 10, it was because, or 9 times out of 10, it was because I don't know.
You didn't know the intention
of something.
And that was a big thing I had to learn about, is the intention.
Yeah, absolutely. It's like, the intention was a big thing, and just knowing like what's going on. Like, just tell me what's up. I'm cool. I'm just here.
So, we got to that point of, you reestablishing your relationship with Shy, Ember.
Mind
Norm.
You, with you and Norm, it's been about, like I said,
we've known each other, a total of 4 years. Almost,
yes, almost. Yeah, but oh my gosh, it's been almost 4 years now.
Fuck.
And then my nesting partner Jinx and I have been with each other. It'll be 3 years come this April.
We're probably in the hundreds now.
Oh my gosh. Whatever. Regardless, yes. But I've been with my nesting partner for about it's gonna be 3 years now, which is awesome. But now that we've hit a point though in our polyamorous journey where
Or
we
tried,
are,
you would say, almost.
where I think it's just all becoming, everyone is just kind of happy and in love and just content with each other and
That
one
sounds
another.
mad gay.
It is pretty gay.
In a good way,
in a good way, though. Like, it's like kind of crazy, but it's like everything. I feel like a breath of fresh air. Like, this is honestly like, these are people that I can depend on, and these are people that I want to like have in my life and actually live with. And that's the thing that we are attempting, I think.
I will say it is scary, especially coming from information I have from a previous roommate situation.
Yeah.
And it was 4 individuals that I was living with and stuff like that. And we had a rule we established in the beginning that if a partner stays over more than a week, they have to, and be a part of the funding of the household, so like groceries or something like that, or rent, contribute. Couldn't think of the word contribute. And then like on week 2, the person who set the fucking rule suddenly broke the fucking rule. And I was like, whoa, how did you break the rule that you created? And then the person that came in was literally the poison that was injected into our house. And it was like, it's like a wound that is infected. You need to get it cut off. You need to get lanced or something to burst. It just kept staying and staying, and it got worse and worse till finally we just said fuck it. We had to burst. We had to get out.
Yeah.
And we did, and it changed all of us in some way, shape, or form. And to see that situation, to be like, these are now the only differences I would say in that household is I'm fucking everybody. So like, if you're being frank, I mean, I technically could have been physical with the 2 individuals, and technically if I was into it, the third, but like we were all like, hey, we all find each other attractive, but we don't have to. But I mean, if I'm really fainting for it, I could go next door. It's like, nah, we good. So, but this situation is different. And I feel like, to me, honestly, when you do add the aspect of us all being physical in some way, shape, or form, as a part of it, excuse me, a part of me does worry at times because, I am the main individual who has that. And to say, okay, now I have 4 other individuals who are going to be one day like, yo, I want that, to be able to say, okay, I can provide that to all 4 individuals if I have to. And then
what he doesn't realize is that we're a tag team duo and he needs to calm down.
I get it. Well, I'm just saying it's that situation where if someone gets intimidated by how I am with somebody else, or being like, hey, I kind of want that. Why don't you do that with me? You know what I'm saying? It's technically healthy jealousy, but that's the biggest fear that I had in the beginning until I seen how you and Shy are in moments. Now I seen how you and Jinx are in moments. And granted, Asani's never going to be in those moments.
Nah, yeah.
But it's just seeing how, because we've had a situation before involving, Ember, and that situation did flare up a situation between us, which is where it fixed our relationship.
It did, actually.
And what I'm talking about here is we actually had a moment where I was talking to Ember, but I've been talking to Maddie way longer than Ember, and to have a moment where we're all being together and Ember says the words "I love you," and I say "I love you too," and then Maddie being like, yo, what the fuck? I've known you for this long. I've had this certain relationship with you. And then to suddenly hear you say something of like appreciation of the other person, but you've never said that to me. It finally like woke me up to understand like what you've been feeling that whole time. And it's words I thought I've always said, but apparently I've never said them out loud. I only showed them. I showed them by cooking for you. I showed you by, hey, let's do this, let's do that, but never saying the words physically. I appreciate you.
Especially during like those intimate moments and things like that. That's what I was like, oh, okay, so maybe we aren't like a relationship. That's why I was like, what is this then? So I was just at war with myself, but that was on me as well for not communicating earlier as well. Like, that's something that I didn't even realize I needed to communicate. I didn't even know was a problem, in all honesty. I didn't even know I actually wanted to be with you in that capacity until I started feeling a certain way. Like, I didn't even realize. And then I was like, no, like, I actually, like, love this man, and I really want to. At one point, I think what really solidified it, especially that one time when I came home, and I use the words home because I came here.
Yeah, I get what you mean.
and my home is kind of wherever just I am for the night. Like, oh, I'm going home for the night. It's wherever I am. But my home is my, where my mom is,
we get what you mean.
Whatever. Sorry.
You good? No,
I ramble. Anyways, regardless, I think the thing that solidified it for me the most was that whenever I walked in that one day, and I think I had a rough day at work where I was just like really tired, and I'd gotten here and I just like got a hug from you, and I was just like, I'm just happy to be home. And you sat with that for a moment, and I remember we went out to, I think it was Wing It On. And that was the night that we all decided that
the movie,
we wanted to move in with each other because you said, wait a moment, why the fuck aren't you coming home to me every night? You were like, that's a good question. I was like, no, you're right. Why am I not? Like, I wish that I could, because then I started feeling like I felt this like longing and like wanting and like missing of my partners, and that even including Shy. Like, I miss them so much, and they're in a different state. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
But mind you, the plan is for them to move here, so it's not as much of a, like, you're here and it's like so crazy because I'm like, we could have, and can't think about lost time.
Yeah, no.
Keep moving forward.
I feel like a large part of it is this, maturity. I say maturing your situation, understanding what you need and what you don't need. And it took me to understand that. And, to say, man, you know what? Why? They do so much here. It would just be honestly beneficial for all parties because, you get the space you want, you to be around people you want. Granted, my tomfoolery would tone down a little bit because I'd be doing some tomfoolery, you know what I'm saying? But I won't say I won't feel the need. It's just my tomfoolery won't be the same. Because I had currently in my situation, I do host for specific events and stuff like that, and tomfoolery happens. And at times some people may privately ask for tomfoolery or whatever. So now it's like, okay, going into a household situation where granted everybody's cool with it, but like, I wouldn't say bachelor lifestyle type shit. Cause like currently I could do bachelor life type shit. Like, you want to come over for a weekend and we have our fun. But now I have to take a consideration of like, okay, now it's a house full of people where Asani is very giving. Asani's like, whoever comes over, I don't care. We'll cook, we'll do whatever. So Asani don't give a fuck. But now this is the home of other people who may not feel that same energy. Gotta tone down the tomfoolery now.
Yeah, especially not all the time. 24/7.
Yeah. I mean, it's gonna be that way for us.
That's
but
true.
Tomfoolery outside of us.
Yeah, absolutely.
Speaking of, that's actually a very big thing a lot of people worry about in the specific dynamic we have or the relationship we have is, once you find your people, why do you feel the need to explore outside of your people? Because yes, I have you, I have Asani, and technically still talking to Jinx and still being active with Shy. It's like, hey, well, why do you explore outside of those people? You have enough. And some people feel like we become Pokemon trainers, or we become needy to do other things.
Yeah, we're needy.
Yeah,
Pokemon
we're too greedy or some shit. Yeah.
It's honestly so fun because it's like literally collecting a village. Like, each of us have our own skills, our own individualism, our own ourself. Like, we have our own just hobbies and interests that sometimes collide with one another, which follows with the romantic interests. But sometimes it could just lead to a nice friendship between two partners, you know what I mean? That like my partners and get along, and that makes me happy.
Yeah.
It's all about, I feel like, community. It has nothing necessarily to do, like, yes, the physicalityness, great, cool. That's not what I'm necessarily in it for, though. Yes, that's awesome, but like, that's
just a sprinkle.
That's just the cherry on top
of
all
sprinkle
of the of all the sundae of amazing perks of getting to be polyamorous and being able to love more than one person. And I love having that capability and being able to explore that. And yes, I am dating 5 people, and those people are a little interconnected. So it's a little easier, you know, because they're all like, you know, intertwined a bit. So we're all checking in on each other. So it's not too crazy, but I would not be against like meeting another person. Like, why wouldn't be against another partner?
It's the fact that you have to limit yourself.
Yeah, that's the whole point.
You should not be able to limit yourself to loving other people just because society says, hey, monogamy is the thing. You're supposed to find your special someone. Yes. How the fuck are you going to tell me there's like over billions of people in this world billion. And I found you in this one? No, that's impossible. Did you go to Chicago? Did you go to New York? Did you explore the world to meet that person? Because it's impossible to say that in this town of people that you met this person here, that this is your magical someone. No. And putting all that responsibility into one fucking person. That's the part that's greedy. That's where you're like, yo, to say you have to also be into this and this and this. Like, that's a 1 in a million fucking person. That's a needle in a haystack. And to say, I won't say to say the world's your oyster, but to say I have the opportunity to go to somewhere like Wisconsin, because I do have a friend who, you know, we're more comment partners. So if I see him, it's great. But like, we still have a connection. We still have the ability to say, hey, I care for you as an individual. And some people can say, well, those are your friends. I don't really fuck my friends, bro. Like,
yeah, that's
kind of wild. You know what I'm saying? Like some people say, I have
a difference between my friends and my partners. Like they're like, oh my goodness, like there is a big difference.
Very much.
Like you said, I would not be physical with my friends. Like, yes, we'll cuddle and stuff. My friends, oh yeah, it's cold out. Yes, snuggle up like penguins, absolutely. But at the end of the day, though, like there is a vast difference between me being physical and emotionally connected and mentally connected to my partner versus my friend. Yeah, there's a difference. And mind you, there does come a point though where there is a limit on partners.
Absolutely.
I'm not saying that there's not a limit on partners. It just depends on the person. You can't pour from an empty glass. So if you are only capable of being with one person and you cannot handle being with more than one, that's so dandy.
Absolutely.
That's so fine. Some people can only handle having 2 partners, 3. That's their cap. That's so fine. You're allowed to have a cap. I have a cap as well. I feel like I'm at my cap. I don't know. I feel like I'm at my cap. I don't think I could give another full-time energy.
Yeah, like full-time energy.
I don't think I could give a full-time energy partner. I don't think I could have that. But if I could have time for like a comment relationship or someone who comes, you know, something like that. Some more just like leisurely, you know, nothing too intense.
And that's why I enjoy when I go out to that event. Because there's a lot of comment situations there.
Exactly.
Like, and I don't want to say comment as in like I'm physical with them, but like these are relationships that, hey,
I can go out on those dates and experiences
platonically,
with them. Mm-hmm.
Or if it did get if it got anything, it's more romantic than physical. Again, it's not all about the physicality of things. It's about, do I have a connection with this person to say, man, outside of just platonic friendship, I actually love you and want to form a bond with you that's beyond friendship.
Yes, and it's about also making that time to engage with these individuals. Because right now, I mean, I got a full schedule. It's difficult sometimes, but I feel like at this moment, I have like this perfect layout going on. At least I'm attempting. And it's been decent and it's been going well. And I feel like things are okay. And I feel like the connections that have been forming and have started are are just loving and pure, and I'm very happy with what I have, and I'm very content with that. However, don't stop yourself from having new experiences and new connections just because you feel content. Like, that's the biggest thing though as well. Like, contentness is a good thing. Be content. Like, absolutely. I'm happy with what I have.
Yeah. Be happy
like
with
that.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. It's like, I'm happy with what I have. That's not what I'm saying. It's just that at the end of the day though, like, why, like, if I'm going to I don't know, any place, and I'm just...
So, like, perfect example, like, when we talk about we're going in March, I specifically specify, like, hey, we're going to an event where, you know, we're going to meet people and we make connections that are either romantic, platonic, or whatever. But if you're in a moment where you're here on a weekend and you're meeting a person and then there's an energy that just says, fuck it, YOLO, I guess, the old phrase or whatever, and you have a moment, that's great. As long as you're doing it safe and you're being, you know, ideal to the other people you're connected with. Like me, a lot of people can see me and may think I don't, but I got a lot of stuff thrown at me. And to be like, I pick my battles. I don't just go around willy-nilly. I don't go around willy-nilly, and there's a couple of reasons why.
And that's also another big thing. We don't go around willy-nilly. Honestly, I'm actually pretty selective about who I actually date. I would say polyamorous people are pretty selective, actually.
Very, actually, yeah. I mean, a lot of people...
I'm not just out here with a bunch of random people. Like, that's not how this works. I typically am trying to talk with the people that I'm with. Like, it's not usually just random. And if it is, it's still a connection that was made through an experience that I still did safely and consensually. And I still told my partners about it afterwards. Because always be open and honest with
and
your
that's
partners.
Also another thing. For anybody else who's in our kind of relationship, you know, how some people feel about, hey, I had a moment with this person, you know, and that's a thing where some people are intimidated by saying, oh, you were physical with this person. Oh, I wasn't involved, or like just to hear it. It's sometimes weary to some people because it's to say, you know, that person had a very intimate moment with your person. How do you feel about that? And, you know, a lot of people feel that's where most of the intimidation is. Is that's mine.
Exactly. Well, I think what I've cracked at least my own mental thing. For me, it's because I think are all grown up and raised to believe that life is a competition and that you have to own the things that you have and that they are yours and that you have to be better than everybody else to keep them. You know what I mean? And I just think that that's not exactly true. I don't know what if you vibe.
No. I know exactly what you mean, because I mean that's human nature, is that we competitive as men, as male presenting individuals.
I mean, even women.
And especially in the world that like we're all created to be dominant, to be, hey, this is I'm dominating this sport, I'm dominating this thing, this is mine. We are all very possessive individuals. So to have somebody else apparently do something better than you, it's like, well, then fuck you then. Be with that person. And a lot of people do that shit. Yeah. It's so annoying. It's like, bro, why can't you be like, cool, so you do this thing better than me. Okay, teach me so I could be just as good as you.
Or also be like, actually, I'm glad you like that thing because I actually didn't like doing that.
That too.
And I appreciate that you're good at it. I'm going to go take a break.
Yeah, because like say, and this,
oh my goodness.
Hypothetically, I'm just putting a situation like Asani and their dogs. I'm not a dog person as in owning a dog, but their partner Matt is. So like, oh shit, he likes dogs? Fuck, dude, go do dog shit together. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
Like,
dog it up.
Yeah, like if you want to go to a park, I have no problem going to a park, by the way. But like to say, like they actually like rolling around and being with their dog, I'm not that kind of person. I like, let me pet the dog. Okay, that's pretty. Go off and have fun.
Good
like that's them. They like rolling around with their dog. They like sleeping with their dog. That's the energy they have. So to know they have a partner they can do that with, fuck yeah, I'm glad.
So glad.
Thank you.
Enjoy. Yes, I'm glad. Enjoy. Have those conversations about dogs with them because no.
Not necessarily. I don't need that.
Yeah. So it's like that's exactly kind of the same concept. There's also just certain things that some people will enjoy doing with another person that some people just don't like doing, I guess, in a sense. Like, I'm trying to think if I have any examples off the top of my head that I could do.
Well, I don't like fucking fishing. I had a bad experience when I was growing up with fishing where I got out the boat and my leg got caught in the dirt and my leg just kept sinking and sinking and sinking.
Yeah.
And so my dad was like, oh, well, we gonna just leave you here. I can't pull you out, bro. And I was like,
Yeah,
whoa.
like,
So
it.
that was a scary experience for me as a child. And like, yeah, like it had nothing to do with being on the boat, but like, I also just don't find fishing fun.
It just goes hand in hand.
So yeah, like that too.
Yeah.
But I will say it's just like having everybody have their own different relationships is great. Like for everybody that I'm currently with, you guys have characteristics that stand out. That's like technically, yes, if you fuse these individuals together, you have the perfect person, but like space it out, bro. Like,
well, it's also like, I just think it's funny because I don't think perfection really exists, like in a sense in the human nature. Like we're not perfect. We're flawed. We aren't going to be great at everything, and someone will always be better than us at something. I feel like that's always a thing, you know?
That ass.
Like, and that's okay. Like, that's not a bad thing. Own that, claim that, and claim your individuality and be yourself. And that's what I'm trying to do. And that's what I'm trying to become. And honestly, ever since then, especially life at work has been a lot better.
Really? How has that changed your work life situation?
Because I'm also setting boundaries at work by not letting, well, also by pushing boundaries at work as well. Like I'm setting boundaries for myself, but also pushing others' boundaries that necessarily is a company boundary, not necessarily a bad, like not a personal boundary for somebody. You know what I mean? I'm not trying to.
No, I get what you mean. I'm just, it's just the fact that you were able to set boundaries.
Yeah, it was just that concept,
better.
a lot better. And then also like just being able to communicate with my manager and supervisors about how I'm feeling, what I want to do with my career and my ideas that I have. I've just been a lot more happier and vocal with that. And I think that that's been also a direct correlation of me being happier and content with the life that I have right now. The people that I have in it that love me and support me. I think that's a big thing.
I feel like, yes, what we do definitely helps create better boundaries and set better boundaries because...
And communication.
You have to communicate schedules, times, feelings, emotions, all those things. Like, I think, as some people say, living life on hard mode, this is technically in hard mode because you don't know, a word may offend a person or a thing you may do is perfectly fine with everybody else but this person. So
yeah, but it might not be with someone else. Exactly.
Yeah. You're not walking on eggshells. It's just you collectively are always evolving in how you are learning another person and learning more about yourself. Because like, to me, and this is just, I'm speaking just my viewing point, and this is not what everybody else has to do. But sometimes relationships do get on autopilot. You know what I'm saying? Like after a certain while, you don't really know shit about each other. There's marriages that are like 15 years long, but like after you're like 2 or 3, you kind of just know, unless there's something that changes, develops, like their style or something like that. But like you go years into it, but these people are evolving with you. And so it's like seeing Asani, the first time I met them, Asani had like long hair and would dress like 1950s type shit, to like Asani's just like chill now. Like, yeah, they got the perm, the curls, and they're them, but it's like to see them dramatically change from when
they're
we first
more comfortable around you.
Yeah. And to see you and meet you for the first time, and you have brown hair and now going back to your green.
Oh my gosh.
And shy with how they're not being able to speak in confidence just yet. And I want them to, whenever they like finally, whenever they can become that, and I'm like, fuck yes, you could speak in confidence about yourself because yes, you are a cute individual. You got these skill sets, whether if it's not super technology, businessy or whatever, but you have skill sets that make you as a person. Do you want to elevate yourself to be a better person? Great. That's what I want. I don't want you to be, I'm this forever.
Yeah.
Because when you do that, then you don't live. And I want you to live because I'm not going to be here forever. What are you going to do when I'm gone? You know what I'm saying?
That's also another big thing I feel like is also
support.
About support. And like having a support system and having that family, like, and having that core group of people, because like life isn't forever, and people that are around you aren't going to be here for forever, and things can change in a single second, minute, hour in a day, and you have absolutely no clue. And I feel like that's why there's just no room, especially in polyamory, for hate. Or anything like that. At the end of the day, it's just all about, I don't know, just loving each other,
loving
community,
each other, family. It's simply that, because like
support.
You know, say in those situations, right? If somebody is gone, you have that support of other ones, and then either, especially living with you, doing that by yourself. Like I have these worrisome moments in life where there's just going to be a day I'm not here, and then Asani has to just deal with that alone. And the last event that I was working, somebody had brought up the conversation. What do you do, or what is that other partner do in those moments where, okay, that person, that security blanket, that, hey, make sure you take your medicine, hey, make sure you do this, like that.
Yeah.
Security check for you is gone now. And
what do you do?
What do you do? So, a lot of people were mentioning like, oh, they have their community of friends and stuff like that. Okay. But why do that when you can have other loved one individuals who can all collectively have pieces of me in them? Because like the things I teach you, the things I do with you, you will hold those.
Yeah, we'll carry
you
them
will
with
hold
us.
those and give those to, wow, whoa, holy shit, man, I just had a fucking brain blast, yo. So
she's mind meld.
No, like, okay, so a big thing about me is, as some people have kids, they have heirs and stuff like that. That is their legacy. That is the thing that keeps them going, right? It's to say, like, me, Goro 2, or the second Goro, the third Goro, like, there's other versions of me. And that was the thing that my dad really wanted me to do, is have another person with the same first name and make him the third. But I didn't want to do that. And I was like, man, I'm not going to have kids. So what can I leave on this earth that when I'm gone, I'm still present?
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say, like, I am agreeing with you, because like at the end of the day, like you said, like me too, I don't want to have children, but I know I can leave a different print on this earth. And I know that I can do something and leave a different legacy on the earth. That doesn't have to be because I have a kid. Like, with everything happening, I don't want to bring anything right now into this world. But
the only reason why I had that aha moment is that, say with Asani, you, Shy, Jinx, as say I'm gone, you are going to explore and do other things, and then also bring up, hey, well, I had this amazing partner who taught me this. Maybe you should do that, which that can bring to another person. So it's like ripples of me. Yeah, yes. Ripples of me continue. Maybe people may not know who the originator was, but there's still ripples of you that still...
Absolutely. I mean, people don't know Albert Einstein because of his children and his continuation of his legacy. It's because he was an amazing, like, guy. Like, you know what I mean? I'm not going to use this because I didn't...
No, I know what you mean, though. Like we know about him, but we don't,
I forgot what he was. Was he like a... Dang it.
It's cute. Stupid. It's cute. I get it. So...
I remember.
We talked about...
What about, like, Van Gogh,
Huh?
Van Gogh, or, Leonardo da Vinci.
Like, you just talk about artists now. I know what you mean, though.
Leonardo da Vinci was an inventor, okay? He was also
still technically it's an art form. Inventing is still an art form. You take an idea and you make it happen.
Okay.
That's why cooking is science. Think about it. You're taking ingredients.
Okay, I agree with you, but plating is an art.
That is very much an art. It is very much an art. Plating is an art. That's why everything... We got really high one night, and I was telling Asani, I was like, yo, do you know that singing is like coloring? It's like paint, it's art. And they were like, what do you mean? I was like, all right, so you ever see those like video game references where if any person talks, they bring a color and their color lights up and it lights in a pattern. And that's a form of art. Or like, say somebody takes like vocals and then like tries to paint a picture or something like that with like a video visualizer, which I've seen those more than ever now. The form of talking is also an art. Talking is just a slowed down version of singing. Sometimes we talk with mannerisms, catchphrases, we rhyme. It's just like, and Asani was like, bro, you are zooted. I'm like, yes. Because it was just such a funny concept to be like, yeah, like talking is another form of art. And
it is, because poetry.
Comments, comedians, that's art. They're talking. So, but yeah, it was a very high moment. But it was
sounds like
goofy ass moment. Yeah, it was a goofy ass moment. But to say all that and to where you currently are, what's a thing that you wish you knew now that you could tell your younger self? Like when you first started getting into polyamory, what's a thing that you've learned at this current state that you was like, fuck, I wish I could have told my younger self?
Oh, gosh. Oh my gosh, it's okay to go through breakups. I never went through them. Like, I never got to go through them. I never got to experience them. And as I'm getting older, it's okay to lose people. I think that's like the biggest thing. Like, it's okay, like breakups, that's including romantic, that includes platonic friends, that includes with work, that includes with everything. I've had that with jobs, with partners, and with friends over the last 5 years have been very different from what I experienced. And if I could go back before this, I would just be like, it is okay to lose people. Like, that is not a testament of who you are, but a testament of them. But also, not only that, at the end of the day, you're not losing people, you are just sifting through the people who are staying are the people who you need to stay. Like, you don't need all of these people to love you and adore you. That's another thing. I don't need everyone to like me. I just need to be me.
Bro. Fuck.
Like, it's hard because I don't do that though. I can say it, but living it is a whole different thing.
Jeez, bro.
Like,
it took me a while for that too. It took me a while for that.
I feel like that's the biggest thing though, is like, I can say that, but living it is a harder thing. Because I listen, I can speak it and I know it sounds so cool, but individualism, I think, is the thing that we've lost the most, and I think that collectively as a society we're trying to gain back. And like spending that one-on-one time with ourselves, with going outdoors on walks, on taking a break from everything going on, and just
finding
breathing.
A fucking hobby, bro.
Finding a hobby, going out, not being on phones with the TVs, with the screens, actually going out and using your hands, touching something, feeling something, and experiencing something while collectively meeting people. I think that's another thing, is like, people think it's so taboo to talk to people, to say hi, to like, you know what I mean? Like, if you're dating one another, why you're not allowed to talk to somebody else?
You can't talk to somebody of the opposite sex and some shit. Like, bro, I can't have a friend named Tiffany.
Yeah, like, you can't make those connections, and I don't think that's not right.
Sheltering ass relationship is like literally putting your partner in a cage and saying, hey, I've got my display, which is kind of funny. It was that anime that showed you where the Autobahn or something like that, where she had all like 300 of the best looking men in the world.
Yes.
And they would never get the chance to experience another woman.
Yes.
Only to potentially be the person to deflower this woman.
Yep.
But if you were the first person to deflower her, you have to die. Like, that was crazy. So like, that was like,
I remember that.
That was crazy. It's a crazy story. So like, it's just like society. Like, if you have this one relationship, and some people are able to have married couples, which that's one of the things they do.
Sure.
You can't have a single partner, a friend as a partner, because, we're going to do single shit, which makes you meet other people, which makes you do wild stuff.
Yes.
You're
not allowed to go out by yourself. Or if you're going over, that guy has to have a wife, kind of deal, or, stuff like that.
Which is funny too, because being married, honestly, in this lifestyle has gotten me the most punani. Because they're like, oh, so if this one person was marrying you because of this, shit, it's gotta be good. Like, it's wild to think that.
But like, you're not wrong.
But that's half the reasons why sometimes. It's like, I'm out and about and it's like, oh, your partner, oh, they're so precious. Oh, you're married? How long have you been married? Oh, he do this? How is it though? Like,
oh my God.
I've literally had them Asani has like told me people have asked that.
Oh, good God.
And then as I go around, I talk about Asani all the time. Like I'm talking about you guys all the time. And if I'm talking to a person, like I feel like that's another thing about me as someone in this lifestyle, that I will talk about my people. This is not no hush hush. So if I meet somebody out in the public, I'll be like, oh, me and my wife, like I'm not always wearing my ring. So I talk about my wife as a means to, I'm still wearing it, but I'm not wearing it. Because in certain spaces I don't wear it because it's just like it's there, and sometimes the ADHD in me is like, take it off. But I say all that to say is in a lot of situations I've been in, or people have been like, hey, like you want to go, like it's because they'll see like, oh, you have this, and they all want it. Well, fuck, what is it like? I got to get a taste of this too, and
which isn't necessarily a bad thing either.
It's not. No.
Go ahead. That's fine. Like what? Like shit. Like,
but it goes back into that possessive shit of like, yeah, you can get a taste, but this is mine.
Like in a way that's true. Like internally, like I feel that way a little bit, but in a way I'm also still sharing you in a sense. Like which is also so like it's just funny. It's like a joke because it's like at the end of the day.
Well, no, Asani does that all the time. Like it's any guy.
But it's like but it's right though. It's like I'm dating you. Like you can be with somebody, but like I know I'm secure. I'm with you. Like I plan on moving in and living with you and being with you. I'm secure in that. So like why would I be insecure about you being with another individual who you're not? Like, you know what I mean?
It's not even that. It's also somebody flirting with you too, because it's like, yeah, you're fucking hot. I'm dating you. Why would nobody else want to find you hot?
Yeah.
Because like to me, society also does that thing was like, if somebody finds you attractive, it's like, oh, you out here just fucking people, or like people like, yeah, did you not pick a catch? Did you just settle? Like, did you not pick somebody that was hot to you? Okay, so if it's hot to you, 9 times out of 10 it's gonna be hot to somebody else. So why would you be mad? You should be actually excited about the fact that shit, other people want your shit. I bagged something good then. Fuck, you know?
That's what I'm saying. Like, I'm glad that people look at my partners and go, actually, that's your partner?
Fuck.
They're so beautiful. Or, oh my gosh, oh, he's so handsome. And I'm like, thank you.
You talk about your people said that. I was like, all right now. Your peoples.
My grandmother thinks that he has a very handsome smile.
Boy, you slay. Let me stop.
Anyways,
but nah, it's just shit like that. So
it's just it's stuff like that. We're at the end of the day though, like I don't know.
No, you're good. It boils down to just a lot of people in the society norms of that, and then again, we're all saying, open your eyes a little bit. Like, don't be in this sheltered world of this is the one thing it is. Kind of hearing it from, all parties of how our relationships are. We're just as normal as you are. For those who are monogamous, we're just as normal. It's just, hey, we have a couple of other individuals that we're connected to as well, and these relationships are evolved and multiplying or whatever. However you see that. I see this at the end of the day. I enjoy the people I'm around. Do I get around like that? No. I kind of have a philosophy on the chain of people and the importance of those people. I never called it anything, but I think anybody who is out here dating know what these things are. And it goes from partner, thought, hoe, bimbo, a goofy motherfucker, and a stain. And I know these are categorizations that are kind of wild and you may wonder where you are. So I'll go down the list real quick. A stain is somebody like, say you had a one night stand with, and you just like, I don't want to talk about it. Like I had that moment, like So that's a stain. So it's like a stain on your shirt. You wash it off, it's gone. Okay? And a lot of people have those moments. A lot of us do. Then you got a goofy bit or a goofy motherfucker. Goofy motherfucker is somebody you may be talking to, but they just doing dumb shit. They're doing goofy shit, and it's causing issues where we could be partners, but you just keep doing this one goofy fucking thing, and I can't stand it. And it's preventing me from pulling the trigger. So if you just stop or maybe fix that shit, maybe we can be locked and loaded. Locked and loaded. You can kind of even skip just all the way to partner. Then you got bimbos, or just people that's like, yeah, you're cute, pretty. We do our thing, have fun, and not in the caliber of a goofy bit, but like, or a goofy motherfucker, but like they're in their own league. Then you got hoe. Hoe is somebody local. You mess around with, you do your thing with, whatever. Sometimes you might go outside with them. Most times you don't. But they're a local individual. A thought is what y'all all be seeing on the Instagram models. All them, they get flown out by NBA players, some shit like that. That's a thought, because the phrase of a thought is that hoe over there. That hoe is living in New York, but they over there in California because a basketball player brought them over, or they got flown out by somebody. That's a thought. There are other things, thoughts too, that make them thoughts, but I take that phrase of hoe over there as they are not where they're normally supposed to be. So I thought. Then you got partner. This is finally where that person is beyond all the categories, right? So, perfect example. My partners will take priority over the thoughts, the hoes, the bimbos, the stains, all whatever. They take priority. If I'm supposed to be doing something with my partner this weekend, and a thought out of nowhere is like, yo, I want to meet up. Partners here. Kind of take priority. Like, just situations. And that's just the philosophy in the dating world I had. So that was a thing. But I say all to say is, however you see those situations with your relationships, your partners, everybody has a place. And if you are going to branch out outside of your polycules or whatever, just remember to set the tone of the intention of the relationship.
Period.
Is the person the thought? Is the person the bimbo? Etc.
Which typically, by the way, these individuals are wanting, like, especially in a sense, I would say that, like,
be straight up.
I don't.
Be straight up. I just pulled some shit out most magicians keep they shit in the cuff. I just said fuck it.
You're so funny. I would just say that ultimately what I'm trying to say is that I actually don't even know. I don't even know where I was gonna go with that.
Was it in the philosophy that I just came up with?
I don't remember.
Was it setting the tone of the intention?
The intention or something like that? I was going with something with that.
Well, remember in the beginning, recently, I had made you a list of any individual that I'm somewhat talking to or physical with.
That's true.
And setting the intention behind what is the relationship, so you could understand, okay.
Yeah, because I asked about that. I said, hey, I actually just would like to, like, have, like, I want to say, like, a list, but, like, a list, legitimately, of, like, who you're chit-chatting with that you feel is of mention.
Hey, who you fucking?
Just, like, as of mention as of right now. It doesn't even have to be, like, physical. It could also be, scening, is that a thing I can say here?
Yeah, you can say whatever. I mean, I told you, I have no problem with talking about that part of my life. It was more so worried how you felt about talking about that part of
I know, I'm chilling. No, that's fine.
Yeah, like, if you don't give a fuck about talking about that part of us, then I don't give a fuck.
Okay, cool. But, like, outside of the partners who, you seen with, or the partners you are actually dating, versus the people that, you sometimes mess around with, but they're just friends and, you have a good time randomly. Like, there's differences. Like, you know what I mean? So, like, I just like to know what, like, who's
where do we stand?
Like, yeah, where do we
stand?
stand? And that's when we had that conversation. And then he was like, yo, actually, here's actually a compile. And I was like, I actually appreciate this, because this is way easier for me to look at and go, oh. And it's also because I also want to it's also my intention as a partner to also be aware and be present, so that way I'm aware of his stories. Tell me about your partners. Let me know.
Also, if I tell you I'm with such and such, you're like, oh, I already. See, it's funny you say that, because I had a person like that years ago with when I was with Asani, not with Asani, while I've been with Asani, and I told Asani straight up, I was like, hey, yo, this person is just this.
Yeah.
Like, if I ever say I'm with that person, just know we're not doing anything else but that.
Yeah.
We're not going on a date. We're not going it's strictly, hey, I'm going over there. I'm handling my business. I'm out. That's it.
Yeah.
So it set the tone for you to understand who are those people that I'm doing similar things with.
Absolutely. Yeah, exactly. And that's, like, what I do. Like, I don't care what you're doing, but, like, just for the safety of like myself and also my partners as well, I like to know what's happening. You know what I mean? Like, as polyamorous people, I think knowing what's going on is kind of important.
I think it's that too. And then also the fact of the matter is, you know, you just know who it is. You know, if you have to meet that person, it's up to you. If you don't need to meet that person, it's not up to you. But it's just the simple fact of like, I can be like, oh, I know who this person is, rather than like, I don't know who it is. I don't know what you're doing with your body. Have you gotten tested? Has that person got tested? If all those factors are clear, have fun. Why not?
Right, yeah. Like, and also I think at the end of the day, like, as long as you're being safe, and also this also goes to say that you do not have to meet every one of your partner's partners. Like, it depends. Like, if that other person that you're dating does not want to be a part of the polycule and practice kitchen table polyamory, which is what we practice, if that person does not want to do that, that is also okay, and that's a form of polyamory, though.
I like saying it like that. Like, we create smart. We study in the arts of kitchen table polyamory.
Kitchen table polyamory.
Ooh, wow. You know,
I don't know, man.
And shit.
Yeah, but it's like literally because like we're gonna be coexisting and living together, and just I feel like that's a very good way to put this. It's just kitchen table polyamory, and we are all intermingling and interacting with one another. But I do not also mind having that separation. That is also okay.
I'm straight up a thought. Like,
I also don't. I also am too. So that's why I also don't mind being like, hey, yo, you have someone coming over. I don't mind also helping out. Like
no, go ahead, pop off, shorty.
I mean,
you pop the fuck off.
I'm just saying though. It depends.
That's the thing too. It's not like I'm trying to jump in every situation, but like, hey, that person is kind of odd. Why not, bro? Like, I'm if down
everything's
too.
safe and good, like what?
Why not? Yeah.
Like, sure.
Yeah. No, that's facts. I mean, that's kind of what I told you. Like, with the event we're going to, like, hey, I may have those moments. It may happen. I'm not doing it all the time, but if I'm gonna do it, you know, that's the thing. But say all that is, it's interesting to see that evolution in you, because before, especially when it first got introduced to Ember, it was very like, oh, I'm gonna lose my person. I'm gonna lose my... No, why the fuck? Why would I just say, hey, I'm gonna stop fucking with you?
I was so scared.
Yeah.
Because at the time, reeling back to what we originally talked about in the video, we weren't solidified at the time either. We weren't together yet.
That, but
you know, like, it was not like an official thing. So like, I felt very like, and that's when we had that conversation. So like, yeah. And also you said competition is a big thing as well.
But there's a part of, you know, yes, our beginning of our relationship very stemmed off the hot and bothered stuff that we did. But it's also one of those like, I really enjoy those moments. So why as any person to say, yo, my team, because guys be like, or people be like, yo, I got my roster, I got my team, and they could however, whatever. Like, why would I get rid of a person on the roster who is doing good for no, that's like trading somebody who's like almost an all-star for a shit pick. No. That made no sense. And I will say that because of our recent connections, it has made more moments very more intimate. Our loving and caring for each other is very intimate and strong. I say intimate because it's very intense. Our relationship is intense at times, where it's like, yo, I fucking love you. I love you.
I love you. Yeah. It's so true. I think I love intensely as well. I'm just very like,
some people do that. Like, I ever saw a meme, it was crazy, because this is intense love. Anybody that does this, that shit's intense. The person was like, they pulled their shirt up and this like was like laying on their stomach, and it was like, I love the way your belly button stinks, and I was like, what? That's intense. You like the smell, the pheromones of my belly button? Crazy.
Like, okay, but you know what's crazy is I would say some shit like that too.
You would. That's
I would
what I'm saying.
say that. Like,
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I would say some shit like that.
You know what I'm saying? That's why we say we love intense, because it's like it's
true.
the thing that's like the what the fuck? Yeah, like I really do like that.
I really would love you. Yeah, you're right. I do love you. That's
like
funny.
You smell somebody here like, oh, it smells like shampoo, conditioner. What the fuck? Hey, yo, back up. Like, to say you love every aspect of your person is a big thing. So.
Yeah, absolutely. I just think that that's funny. That's why, oh my gosh, I make like the most horrible like jokes about stuff like that. That's why like whenever I'm like, I'm always just like, no, I love that. Yeah, do that to me. And you're like,
oh yeah, like
babe,
when
calm down.
I'm recovering from phlegm, and I recently like hawk spit outside, and was like, could have been, I was like, whoa, that's crazy.
Oh god,
that's crazy. But like, just like goofy shit like that, just intense shit. People do that all the time. Some people be like, whatever.
Being silly.
But it's silly shit. We're not really like actually doing it. But anyway, I say all this to say, through the years we've been together, it has helped us, one, understand our needs, our wants, and our desires or requirements, and we have evolved from that. So
lots of evolution.
I think I never got a chance to answer this one for myself, but I feel like it'd be fitting. Was why I asked, what would be a thing you wish you could have told your older self? And I would say being upfront with people, and also understanding that yes, letting go of somebody is okay.
Right.
It hurts.
But dude.
And I have to tell people when I'm with them now, like, hey, we will have 3 consecutive conversations of trying to fix a thing. If by the third one it does not get fixed, I will separate from you, and I do not care. I will move on because I value my peace over everything. And if I can't have collective peace with everybody in the space, I guess I'm not going to be here, or you're not going to be here.
Then the
whatever
space
the situation.
isn't peace in,
Yes. So,
we need zen in the space.
well, to kind of wrap things up, I mean, it's good that you feel so confident and comfortable at having this conversation, because at first she was like, oh my god, I don't even know what to say or what to do. I'm like, bro, just be you.
Well,
be
the
us.
conversation will flow. I know.
Yeah. So Asani's not here, they're working. We'll hopefully be able to incorporate other people in our triad or polycule, whatever you want to call, into other episodes, and maybe even have an episode of all of us one day, just to see
a big conversation in front of a kitchen table would be so funny.
I feel like people seeing stuff like that, to see like, hey, this is the relationship of all of us together, to see like, oh shit, like they're just normal people, like, because a lot of people don't think we're normal. They think everything we do is taboo and we're like doing some sacred shit, and we gotta show you it's not. That's what I'm saying,
is like, it's not. That's what I think hurts the most, is that people are reprimanding us and calling us like disgusting and immoral for loving. Like, that is just insane to me. And it's just very hurtful, because at the end of the day,
it's the funny thing, as to you also, to be a Christian, to be like, somebody tells you like number one thing as a Christian is to be loving, to love thy neighbor, to do this stuff, and you telling me I can't. Like, it's like very hypocritical type shit. You know
and it's like, I just want to have a community and a sense of community, and that love, because at the end of the day, the things here are not permanent, and you need to have that sense of family and community. So
absolutely. Well, Maddie, thank you so much for being here and giving me this space to actually just sit here and talk to you about just a little bit of your history, our relationships, where you kind of set your boundaries, and have boundaries actually helped you evolve as a person in this lifestyle. And anything you want to say to the audience before we head out?
No, just thank you so much for having me. I look forward. I'm definitely going to be back on some more of these. I love chit-chatting. I'm going to probably continue diamond painting like I do probably on other videos, because this is easier for me.
Yeah, no. The reason why me and Asani haven't done episodes is because they want to do episodes of us cooking, and we have to get like a electric stove so that way we can pan it over the food, and then make sure the camera doesn't fall, and there's a lot of stuff. So there's a lot of preparation to do with that, and in our time, it's just been really... It's been work. You get home. Me and Asani had this very traditional 1990s relationship. When they go to fucking work, we don't talk, okay? We may call each other because, hey, what do you want for dinner? Hey, but other than that, like, I don't mind. Hey, how was your day? I'm texting you all fucking day. Like, no, me and Asani, we get home, we talk about our fucking days to each other. Yeah. And I feel like that's definitely gonna be the same once we all live in a space together too. But like,
and that's how it is with my nesting partner though. Like we'll like maybe we'll call if we really need something. It's an importance. Yeah, it's importance. You know what I mean? But like outside of that, we'll talk about our day when we get home. Yeah, and decompress with each other and do that.
And that's the beauty behind it too. To be texting all fucking day. Bro, like, fuck. When am I gonna learn anything? So when you get home, and when you get home, I have nothing to talk about besides let's watch this show.
Yeah.
Oh, if I've heard everything all together in a day, but to say the least, again, thank you for being on here. Thank you for being confident enough to speak about yourself and your relationships and being open. Because we talked about certain things not many people will talk about, but you were so okay with talking about that. So I definitely appreciate that.
Yeah, absolutely.
But yes, it's your boy Goro with the Spoonful of Polyamory podcast on behalf of me and Asani. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you guys next time.